It's back, baby. It's the NFL, and the season kicks off Thursday night between the Bills and the Rams, and we can win $100,000. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jason Mattis, of course, of Winning Bets, hanging out with you on this episode. And this is one of those free games that we play. It's over on the NBC Sports Predictor app where we can win $100,000. The NFL is back, and we get our kickoff contest here between the Bills and the Rams. They're also giving away $100,000 guaranteed prize. Normally they do a $5,000 or a $10,000 guaranteed prize. They're giving away the whole $100,000, whoever can get the most points. The number of points you can get varies by the question, but basically it's just answer the questions, get the points, end up with the most points, and take home the jackpot if you can get it all right, or take home a share of that $100,000 if you can get the most points right. Much like everybody out there, I'm really excited to have the NFL back, and of course, being a Bills fan, obviously, I'm really excited for this game. We've even got the new jersey to go ahead and wear. Was going to wear it here for the video, but got to save it for Thursday night, baby. Got to be rocking the new Stefon Diggs jersey. God, I love this red jersey. You guys got a jersey of your team? Which color do you got? This Bills red, I think, is absolutely hot. Cannot wait to be wearing this on Thursday night. This is going to be an incredible game. You got the Super Bowl champs going up against Super Bowl hopefuls. Obviously, in the Buffalo Bills, it's Super Bowl or bust for this team. You know, they've been knocked on the doorstep. Obviously, extremely close last season with the heartbreaker there ending in Kansas City, but they've come right back. They've retooled. Everybody loses things on the offseason, but I thought they've had a nice offseason. I thought they had a good draft. Some of the big question marks going into this season is they do have not a new offense, but a new coordinator there in Ken Dorsey. With that, they're going to change. They're going to, of course, do some things that Brian Daboll did, things that he was very successful in. That'll carry over here up under Ken Dorsey, but he's going to want to put his own stamp, on this team and on this offense. So we'll look to see what happens there with the Bills come regular season, right? Don't read too much into what happened in the preseason. And over on the defensive side of the ball, it all starts with Tre'Davious White, and obviously he's still sidelined due to his ACL injury. So who steps in to his spot? Well, it's either going to be Elam or Benford. Both of these guys are rookies from the 2022 draft class. One was a first-round pick. One was a sixth-round draft pick. And Sean McDermott, even of today, saying he doesn't know who's going to start, which is a little terrifying for a Bills fan. You would think the first-round draft pick should certainly be starting over a sixth-round draft pick. Maybe that's him just, the cat and mouse game that, coaches play in the media. But we take him for his word. We're a little bit unsure who's going to be starting in one of the two cornerback spots. So that's a little bit frightening. But yeah, for the Super Bowls, for the Bills, obviously it is Super Bowl or bust. We flip over now to the Rams. It all starts with that defensive line and Aaron Donald and Leonard Floyd. And obviously Aaron Donald, one of the best in the entire league. Leonard Floyd is really exceptional in his own right. They lose Von Miller, but still have Leonard Floyd. So that's, going to be fine right there. Their depth, though, if you look at their depth, it looks a little suspect. Obviously coming off the Super Bowl, they had to pay some of their high-profile players to keep them. And it looks like the depth is what paid the price from having to, dole out some of those big contracts. So this is a team that, stays healthy, okay, but if they run into some injuries at some key spots, I think they could be in some real trouble here this season. While we know the defense will certainly be good, obviously, again, it's led by, Aaron Donald. You got Jalen Ramsey leading the secondary. The offense, I think, will also be fine. I'm not reading too much into Matthew Stafford, elbow. I think he'll be healthy, or certainly be healthy enough to do anything that the Rams ask him to do, whether it's in this game or, progressing further down the season. I think Matthew Stafford will be fine. So, all right, you got Super Bowl chance for Super Bowl hopefuls. This is going to be an absolute outstanding game. I think if there's one thing to watch within this game, you really got to watch that Rams passing offense against that Bills secondary. Again, they're starting a rookie. You've got Allen Robinson and Cooper Kupp, maybe even Van Jefferson if he can make it back from his injury, but he's projected to maybe be questionable. So let's just talk about Allen Robinson and Cooper Kupp. Bills are going to have to give some help on Cooper Kupp, because even if the other cornerback is Dane Jackson, he's only a couple years in the league his own right, so it's not like he's a star cornerback in his own right. So they're going to have to give help to Cooper Kupp. They're going to have a safety generally around the same area as to where that corner is with Cooper Kupp. So that's just going to open up the other side with the rookie going up against Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson could have a nice day. I wouldn't make too much of maybe their tight end game with Tyler Higbee, because Matt Milano is one of the better covering linebackers in the league. I think this is going to be a game for Cooper Kupp and Allen Robinson, and Stafford should be able to pick them apart. The Bills have struggled to defend the run from times under Sean McDermott, but I'm not sure that the Rams can fully take care of that, right? Obviously, Cam Akers is nice. Darrell Henderson is obviously a nice piece, but I think the Bills will do just enough good from the run game perspective. Obviously, defensively, I really think the Rams will attack that Bills secondary. You have to go into it and say, look, there's a rookie quarterback there. We have Stafford, Kupp, and Robinson, or Cooper Kupp. We have to go out there and absolutely attack that. So if I'm going to be keeping my eyes on anything, I would be watching when the Rams have the ball and really watch their passing game is something to keep an eye on. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead now, jump into this matchup. We're on week 1 here of doing this contest. You guys know if you followed me from last year doing this contest every single week, as we ran through these questions, I would just fire out stats of game logs, how the team, defends this position or what they allow, what they don't allow, everything like that. Well, it's game 1. There's no stats. It's a little hard to make 2022 predictions based off 2021 numbers. Everything changes. That doesn't mean what happened last season is going to carry over this season. So not really going to hit you guys a lot of stats. Just going to really kind of just go off more guessing and just kind of my gut and feel. And we'll just kind of get through this week. And then once we get 2 or 3 weeks in the NFL season, these videos will change and they'll be more stat driven. With that being said, let's go ahead and kick it off with question number 1, which is Josh Allen's passing yards and passing TDs. Well, the sportsbooks have his passing yardage at 273.5 yards, and every sportsbook has his over-under of 1.5 touchdowns. I'm going to put him in at 270 to 299 yards, and I think he'll come in with 3 TDs. He could run one in, which could really ruin this portion of it. But again, the Rams last season didn't allow many rushing touchdowns. Obviously, Aaron Donald, that's just one of their strengths. They can contain the edge really well. All right, so I think Josh Allen's going to have to throw it in, so I'll give him 3 touchdowns. Next, we go ahead and look at Matthew Stafford, his passing touchdowns and passing yards. The sportsbooks have his number at 270.5 and also 1.5 touchdowns. So basically the same number of Josh Allen, but I think it's going to be way more productive. Again, I mentioned it there in the top there with the Bills' secondary issues with Tre'Davious White recovering from his ACL injury. They'd be crazy not to just attack that Bills' secondary. So I'm going to go with 310 to 339 yards, and I also think he'll get 3 touchdowns. Question 3 focuses on the wide receivers, the best ones for each team, and Stefon Diggs versus Cooper Kupp. Who's going to have more receiving yards? Well, the sportsbooks have it a huge advantage here to Cooper Kupp at 92.5 yards is his over-under. Stefon Diggs is only at 69.5 yards. You got Stefon Diggs likely lining up outside Jalen Ramsey, where Cooper Kupp, to me, he's got to get double coverage. If the Bills make a mistake and don't give Cooper Kupp double coverage, it's going to be a long night, I think, for that Bills secondary. So I'm going to go ahead and say Stefon Diggs. And, hey, maybe it feels a little bit like a homer pick. But, again, I think they've really got to have to double him. And I think maybe the Bills can move Stefon Diggs around, maybe kind of get him off Jalen Ramsey a little bit. And in those times, they better look Stefon Diggs' way. So I'll go Stefon Diggs. But in terms of receiving touchdowns, look, Kupp to score is minus 140. So the sportsbooks definitely think he's going to find the end zone. Where Stefon Diggs to score is at plus 130. But I'm going to say a tie, right? Could be 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, what have you. I'm going to say a tie for in terms of touchdowns. Question 4 is what will be the longest pass completion of the second quarter? In a complete guess, I'll go ahead and say 35 to 41 yards. Question 5 is what will be the total points scored in the game? Well, the over-under is at 52.5. I've got this game scored 31 to 27, so that puts me into 57 to 60 point range. Question 6 is who's going to score the last touchdown of the game? And notice NBC changed this up. You guys remember, we've played this game now for several years on this app. When they ask you the first touchdown of the game, we've been successful with the first touchdown. We have not been successful with the last touchdown of the game. There's a reason NBC changed it to the last touchdown. They don't really want to give away this money. Picking the last touchdown is significantly harder than the first touchdown, but from Bills players, we get Stefon Diggs, Gabriel Davis, and James Cook, and of course, any other Bills player, which gives you Devin Singletary, like that. What about Zach Moss? We like that. What about Dawson Knox, the absolute touchdown machine, and Dawson Knox? And you get Isaiah McKenzie, their slot receiver, so you get some good options there with any other player. For the Rams, you go ahead and get Cooper Kupp, you get Allen Robinson, you get Cam Akers, and then you get any other player, which is Van Jefferson, if he plays. You get Darrell Henderson, and then you get Tyler Higbee. I'm going to go ahead and take Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson, I'm expecting him to have a nice game. If the Bills double coverage, on Kupp, I think Allen Robinson is going to have a nice game. So don't pick Cooper Kupp for me. Go ahead and do Allen Robinson. And question 7 is always who's going to be the winner and what's going to be the winning margin. Well, the Bills coming to this game favored by minus 2.5 points. It's opening night in the kickoff of the NFL. Rams are going to be hosting a banner. It's going to be a rocking atmosphere. It's going to be a celebration. I think they can actually get it done. That absolutely pains me. I know everybody watching this video was expecting me to pick the Bills, weren't you? Everybody watching this video is going to expect me to pick the Bills. Everybody knows I'm a big Bills fan. I'm going to go ahead and say Rams. I think they're going to have a lot of success in the passing game, and I think that's just going to squeak them out. So obviously I had them scoring 31 points and the Bills scoring 27 points. That puts me at a 4 to 5 point margin. So that's how we'll go and say it. We'll do Rams win the game by 4 to 5 points. All right, guys, it's NFL. We've all been waiting for it all summer long. Well, it's finally here. This Thursday kicks off in LA between the Bills and the Rams. Good luck on your chance to win the $100,000. Make sure you guys come back a little bit later. We've got Cowboys versus Buccaneers on Sunday night. And then, of course, we'll be playing this game each and every single Sunday night on the NBC Sports Predictor app. So, well, guys, we'll see you on the next contest. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.